So now we're going to talk about envelopes in Ableton on a per track basis and within a clip. I'm just going to give you a proper example of this, I'm going to find one more sound effect and we're going to introduce another aspect to this design of a car driving by nice and slow. So I'm just going to search for the sound of a car idling. One click, eyeball. I think that's pretty good. We have the sound of this starting up over here and then it seems like it's idling and maintaining for quite a while. Yeah, there's a really nice, good long section there. And it probably turns itself off. Right there. Okay. So maybe the car could drive up and turn off. That might be a nice little addition to this. So I'm going to just take this clip and drag it in. Now, if this car is driving up from a distance, we obviously don't want to hear it starting up. So as we learned in a previous lesson, we can take this clip and change where it starts. Now, are we going to have enough time of drive up time here? Probably, but let's just say for this example that we don't. Because this clip is easily manipulable like this, let's just say that we had this much of the clip of it idling and then the car shut off there, just for this case. We can take this clip, copy it, and I can paste it, overlapping. I'm just doing this randomly so we don't get like repeating patterns. That should be good. Now when you listen to this, we might hear a bit of like a hiccup in between these transitions. We might not. Yeah, a little bit. So what we can do is we can also use our fade envelopes over here. Fades. Like we used up on the top track to fade it in and out. And you'll see that all of these clips have these nice little X's between them. Now what's going to happen here now is a crossfade. So it's going to fade the two clips in and out of each other. Really nice. And we should notice no more hiccuping between the two tracks. Sounds a little more natural. It sounds maybe like his engine's having a bit of problem or her engine's having a bit of problems, but I'll just make these just a little less intense. Great. So I'm going to take this whole clip here, move it to about right there. I'm going to make a copy of this clip and paste it there because what I want to do is I want to find the engine turning off here. So all I have to do is take this, expand to that section. I can do that down here in the clip, or I could do it with these brackets. Either way, it's your preference. Let's move it over top of that and a bit of a crossfade. I'm going to reset that fade. One more time. Great. So just to listen to this in context. The car comes in pretty quick. So what we want to do is we want to do two things. We can go back into our fades, and you'll see that we don't have the ability to fade all of these volumes in because there's multiple clips and we're using it for crossfades. So I can go to our mixer. So I select the mixer first and then it populates the second list with the parameters associated with mixer. Let's go to track volume. So track volume is currently set at 0 dB and we find that right there. That this orange and white area corresponds with what this is set at. 0 dB is a really good volume because that's what we call unity. Try not to push it beyond 0, just for safety's sakes. So you'll notice also when I move my cursor over this pink line, which is associated with track volume, because I brought up track volume, and not speaker on, not track panning, but track volume. When I move my cursor over it, it turns blue. And when I double click when it's blue, I get this little blue dot now. And that is called a node. So if I put another node right about there, it'll lock it in at 0 there. I could take this first node and drag it down. And you'll see we'll get a bit of a fade coming in here. And we see our volume turning up here. Great. Let's just put another node in the center here and make what we call a knee. See how it looks like a leg with a knee? That'll just make our fade a bit more natural. And I'm also under mixer. I'm going to bring up a second parameter called track panning. You'll see I have a completely new envelope. If I went back to volume, we see the pink besides that, and we see the pink on the mixer. That means that there is an envelope that we've entered there. Our track volume is still the same. But what panning does is it moves it from your left speaker to your left here to your right. And let's make it move from the left all the way to the left. See 50L, how it decreases to 0 for center, all the way. And let's have when he pulls up or she pulls up, it'll idle on the right there. Great, and we'll make our rain go just a bit longer. Do we have any more puppy crying? No, let's just copy it and paste it.